Stephen, thanks so much for coming on. We do appreciate that. So House Republicans, as you've seen, appear to be moving forward with contempt charges against FBI Director Christopher Wray. What are your thoughts as you've seen this play out? You know the inner workings of the FBI. There was this holdback, if you will, of pushing forward this FD 1023, if that's the correct term for it. Can you explain exactly what that is and what your thoughts on the FBI's handling of this document?
Absolutely. An FD 1023 is a source reporting document. It's essentially a written memorialization of a meeting or an encounter with an FBI agent and their confidential human source, their snitch, their informant. So as I've learned from this particular FD 1023, this memorializes information that was brought forward to the FBI in June of 2020, alleging at that point Vice President Joe Biden's involvement in some sort of pay-for-play scheme. The FBI then took that information, documented it, and the question now remains is, did they do any follow-up to see if it was substantiated? Did they open up an assessment or a preliminary or full investigation, or did they just write it in a source report and file it away and hope it never came to light? Because at the time of that, it was the summer of a presidential election.
But typically, if someone comes forward and this document is filed and is submitted, there would be some sort of assessment or follow-up, no?
There should be, and especially with this being a credible informant who, according to reporting, that this individual has been working with the FBI for a number of years, has been paid in excess of six figures. So obviously, this information should be taken very seriously and vetted out. And if in fact it was inaccurate, then that calls into question this source going forward. And as it continued to work with the FBI, that's a question. And if it was legitimate, then what was the fallout? Why wasn't there an investigation brought about?
Florida Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna was also in that briefing with the FBI yesterday in the skiff looking at this document. She said this shortly afterwards. She wrote on Twitter, quote, "In shock after leaving the GOP oversight meeting today, the FBI has an informant who brought forward info that Biden received $5 million from a foreign national while VP. They stated they were afraid the informant would be killed if unmasked." It goes on. Again, we haven't seen it. These are the words from one of the congressional leaders that have been inside, that has seen it. Can you talk to that and the dangers of being a whistleblower, coming forward with information such as that?
I think the Congresswoman is speaking about the safety of the confidential human source, not the whistleblower. These are two different individuals. Whistleblower is most likely the agent who was handling and didn't see anything come of that information, was concerned about it, and kudos to them. The safety of this confidential human source, though, is the issue at hand. And what everyone has to know about the FBI is the FBI cannot promise or guarantee anonymity for an informant. That is a very specific admonition that you give to them when you read them in, if you will. And so the FBI has to do its best to protect them, but it can't guarantee it. And in this situation, Congress has oversight authority of the FBI. And if the FBI wants to hide behind ongoing investigation or have to keep secret our methods and our sources, that's just not good enough. This is they must, by letter of law, respond to Congress.
Stephen, really quickly before we go, in your opinion, and again with your background with the FBI as a special agent, what do you think, with all the information now that's coming forward, what do you think should happen next?
I think that they need to flesh out this information and actually look and see why the FBI did not do what it was supposed to do as far as looking into the merit of it. And if they didn't do anything, that's a major problem. And if they did and closed it out because of political reasons, then there needs to be some sort of accountability here.
All right. A former FBI special agent, Stephen Friend, joining us. We appreciate that. Thank you, sir.